If you've been collecting video games for long enough, then there are undoubtedly some things that just really piss you off that you've run into over the years. I want to go over what some of those things are, as well as some possible solutions to these problems. Now, the first thing I gotta talk about is stickers. I swear, stickers are the bane of any collector's existence. Because say you find something really awesome, but then there's a sticker somewhere on it, and you're like, I don't know if that's gonna come off or not. Maybe you're not home yet if you buy it somewhere in public, or if you buy it online, you don't know if when it arrives you'll be able to remove the sticker. Now, if the sticker is anywhere on like a plasticky surface, like say the plastic case of a jewel case, or say just the plastic part of a cartridge, you're probably okay, you can probably get it off. But if it's on, say, like the artwork sticker part right here, then you might be screwed. Now, the possible solutions for this are to, one, use a blow dryer to heat it up, and that'll maybe make it easier to peel off. And then as far as removing adhesive goes, if it's on like a plain plasticky surface, the best thing I've found is actually, oddly enough, WD-40. Will get sticker residue off. And you know, sometimes you'll remove a sticker, but it'll still be kind of sticky where you removed it. WD-40 will get that off, so it was like a sticker was never even there before. And sure, WD-40 does have a smell to it, but it does fade away. Just give it a little while and that smell will go away completely. Another annoying thing is scratched up discs. Now, say you buy a game online, so you don't get to actually see what it looks like until it arrives at your door. Now, maybe the seller even said that the disc was in great condition, but then you look at it and it's all scratched up, and you're like, great condition, my ass, this disc is all jacked up. Now, luckily the solution for this is pretty simple. Find a music shop or video store or something that deals with discs near you, and just call around and see if you can find a place that will resurface discs. It's usually very cheap and it will make your discs look brand new, because I don't know if many of you know this about discs, but they actually have a very large protective layer on them that can just be resurfaced. I think it's like up to 50 or 100 times or something ridiculous. So they're designed to be able to be resurfaced like that, and you really should take advantage of that because it makes the discs look great. And I'm not talking about those cheap ones you buy from the store with the little handle that you spin around. Those leave this weird radial pattern on the disc. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as having it done by a professional machine. Those will make them look brand new. Okay, next up we've got cracked cases, and this especially applies to the longer cases that were used for Sega CD, Sega Saturn, even some PS1 games. Now, these suckers are notorious for cracking, chipping, the hinges breaking off, all that fun stuff. And if you buy these online, maybe in the listing, looking at the pictures, there's no cracks or chips or any of that stuff, but after it's been shipped to you, it could show up all jacked up, because I swear sellers just never use enough protection when shipping these things. The best solution for that is to just plead with the seller before they ship it. Please use lots of protection to ship this thing. I feel like I'm playing Russian roulette buying these things and having them get shipped to me. You just don't know what's going to happen when it arrives to you. Now, for the smaller jewel cases, it's not as big of a deal because these are a lot easier to replace. Any standard music CD or any type of disc you have that's in a jewel case, these cases are very, very standardized, and you can just take these apart very easily. You just pull the plastic out, pull the top off. Be delicate, but you can easily take them apart and just swap them out with another case you have lying around. Okay, this next one might be the one that bugs me the most by far, and I apologize if any of my viewers are smokers, but I cannot stand it when I buy something online and it shows up and it has cigarette smoke damage, where it just reeks like cigarettes. I hate that. I'm not a smoker myself, and so I just don't want that. But I would think even if you are a smoker, I wouldn't think you'd want all of your video games smelling like cigarette smoke, right? I don't know. But anyways, this tends to happen to manuals because it seems to happen with paper products more than anything, but I have seen this happen to the actual sticker that goes onto cartridges, because there is a little bit of a paper component to those stickers that go on the cartridges. And what sucks about cigarette smoke is that you just cannot get rid of the smell of it. You can try airing it out, you can try this and that. The only thing I've ever found that helps, and it doesn't even really get rid of it, it kind of just masks it, honestly, is fabric softener sheets, like for laundry. Which is, you know, the smell of those is perfectly fine, but then you have a very strong smell of fabric softener. Now, maybe that doesn't bother you and then you're okay. But what also sucks about the cigarette damage is that it can not only leave a smell effect, but it can actually discolor the pages and leave this kind of nasty yellowy discoloration effect, and that just sucks. Okay, next up we've got kids writing their names on their games. This could be on the cartridge itself, this could be on a game disc, inside manuals, on the backs of cases, all that annoying stuff. I want to put my psychologist hat on for a second here to try to explain why this is so frustrating nowadays. Okay, so the idea back in the day was they probably wrote their name on their game because it was really important to them, right? Well, obviously it wasn't important enough for them to hold onto it for later in life as a retro gamer. And so you're like, screw this kid, they don't even care about it enough to play it as an adult. They were just some stupid kid who had it for a little while. And sure, maybe it was their parent who wrote their name on the game because they were probably the ones who paid for the game and they didn't want it getting lost, but the kid's name is what we're reading nowadays, so therefore they take the heat for it. So that's right, screw you, Timmy, for writing your name on your game. And actually, now that I think about it, a lot of retro gamers did actually sell their games back in the day, so maybe they actually did really care about that game and they really missed that copy. I still say screw Timmy. And if any of you watching are named Timmy, then I'm obviously not talking about you. We're talking about some other Timmy, somebody not worthy of the name. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of annoying things that are other people's fault, but now I want to talk about some of the things that are more self-inflicted. This could be stuff like passing up a deal and really regretting not jumping on that later on, or perhaps selling off a game and then wanting to rebuy it later, maybe years later, but then the price is way more expensive at that point. And you're like, dang it, why did I get rid of it? But perhaps the most annoying thing that's self-inflicted for a lot of us is just that we wish we had started collecting earlier. Now, sure, there are some collectors who started from the beginning, but for a lot of us, we really wish we had started years ago. And the best thing I can say to make you feel good about that is there's always people who will have started later than you. There's collectors who won't start collecting until 5 years from now, and they'll be looking at all of us thinking, man, I wish I had started back then. Okay, so there you have it, a bunch of the things that I find annoying when it comes to collecting. I'd love to know which of these things you can identify with yourselves, in addition to some of the maybe other things that you also find really annoying. I'm sure a lot of you will have some really fun answers, and I'm looking forward to reading them. So be sure to leave those down in the comments below, and I will see ya in the next video.